All right, welcome back. If you haven't noticed, I shared a story, sort of isolated a story, and I shared it on my other channel. Very crazy story. You want to check that out? And let's hope that there are more people who are born into the world like that woman that I talk about in that video. Now, I decided to make one of my compilation live streams because there was like a huge influx of stories, at least when I woke up this morning and checked the news. Okay, enough stories to make me want to go ahead and cover them on the same stream. But I wanted to isolate that one story. Never heard a story like that before. Okay, so I'm going to be on the lookout to see if that becomes a thing. You know, that might be something that catches on, might become popular, more and more popular over time. Yeah, this woman, she went to her brother's house and had all of his pit bulls euthanized without his permission. He was at work. And she said she did it because they were dangerous. Go check out that video and you'll find out why. Now, this story grabbed my attention because I covered this story. I think I made 2 or 3 videos about this story. Dog owner whose pit bull killed a 7-year-old pleads not guilty to negligent homicide. Huh? Really? Like, how on earth do you think you're not guilty? Now remember, she was visiting a relative when she was killed. 7 months after his unrestrained dog mauled and killed a 7-year-old girl playing in her family's front yard. As a good majority, well, I won't say majority, a good chunk of dog attacks on kids, they take place as the kids are playing with each other. See, these nutters always want to make you think that the kids are trying to play with the dog and that's why the dog ends up attacking them. No. I remember like one story, only one story stands out. If some of you remember some other stories, please remind me because I don't remember any. I remember one story where the child was actually playing with the dog and then the dog ended up attacking the child. Okay, but they're usually playing with each other and they're not paying no attention to no dog. Quite often, they don't even know a dog is around. And this guy has the nerve to plead not guilty. Okay, Eric Lopez, you nutter. You want to hold that position? Okay, now look at this. Sadie Davila, a first grader, was attacked by his unleashed pit bull on January 6th as she played outside a family home. The girl's family member tried to intervene by hitting the dog with a walking cane. Let me stop there. People, stop doing that. When you see a bully breed attacking, especially a child, don't hit it with anything unless you have a hammer. Okay, you might want to take a chance with a hammer, maybe a crowbar, but I wouldn't even trust a crowbar. And it's unfortunate that whatever you use, you could end up injuring the victim who's being attacked. You know, let's say you don't want to use a gun, think a gun is too dangerous. So you pull out, a knife. Well, you could stab that person that's being attacked. You get a baseball bat, you could whack them with the baseball bat. A lot of bad things can happen after the dog nutters already created a bad, dangerous situation. And they should not be. That's the crime in this whole culture. The fact that they get a pass, a green light, to create the most dangerous environments possible. The most dangerous environments possible is for us to live as if we're not human beings, and instead live as if we're animals ourselves living out in the jungle. That's the type of environment these people create. I mean that literally. But check this out. This man, the owner of the dogs, was not home at the time, but he regularly allowed his dog to roam the neighborhood unrestrained. Sheriff's office reports indicate, buddy, I think it's a wrap for you. It is a wrap for you, dude. And this really reveals the IQ level of many of these nutters. What is wrong with you? Understand, this attack did not take place on his property. You see, because if the attack takes place on your property, you have a much better chance of beating the case. Okay? Because we all know about the law where, hey, is it the castle doctrine? It's not the castle. It's some type of law that says if your dog attacks someone who's on your property, that's free game. Because they consider you being on the dog's property. And they say the dog has the right to protect its own. So I'm going to keep up with that. And if the sheriff has testified that this bully breed regularly roams the neighborhood, you are a big dummy. And from what I understand, now I don't know much about the law. Okay, you're not going to find nothing in my criminal history. But from what I heard, if you plead not guilty and you're found guilty, your punishment will be a lot worse than it would be if you pleaded guilty. So we'll see what happens with that. Now on to other news. I said there was quite a few things that I wanted to talk about. Bite wounds all over her face. Pit bull rescued from illegal dog fight. Let me tell you, nutter, something. Nobody with good sense is going to feel sorry for a bully breed that has marks all over it as a result from fighting other dogs. Y'all put out this idea that bully breeds, when they fight, that they don't want to. Like, what is wrong with you? These things are doing what they so badly want to do and thoroughly enjoy doing. You don't have to train these things to fight each other. You don't have to train them to fight or kill anything. They want to naturally. That's what they were bred for. Y'all need to stop with this. This is one of y'all's weakest, most pathetic arguments, where you assume or you think or you discover that a dog was used in dog fighting, has a history of dog fighting, and you want to project this idea that the dog was doing something that it really didn't want to do. And that's a lie. We've seen a lot of memes created by pit nutters. And the meme will suggest they make me fight. I don't want to fight. That is utter. And that also reveals your IQ, you dumb nutters. If you're so ignorant and brain dead that you think bully breeds dislike fighting, then you're too dumb. We shouldn't even have a discussion about you. So save it. SPCA times live. Save it. We don't want to hear this nonsense. And as always, you see them writing a good lengthy article about it. So pathetic. Bite wounds. Oh, we found a pit bull with bite wounds. Who would be so cruel? This is animal cruelty. Do you know some dog fights take place even though the owner didn't plan it? You can be out walking your dog. Your dog sees another dog. It gets into a fight with the other dog, and it ends up with a bunch of scratches all over its body. Stop trying to twist every injured pit bull you see, every injured dog you see, into a case of animal cruelty. Get out of here. When we know that animal cruelty was probably the least likely to happen. And all the dogs that participate in dog fighting, blame yourself. Because you know that dog fighting will always take place. Y'all know that. And you could end dog fighting by banning these things and exterminating them. Right? I'm talking about the lawmakers. As always, I don't advise anyone to carry out any types of crime, illegal activity. But we are free. We are within our rights. Check the laws in your state. We are within our rights to defend ourselves with a firearm if the dog is actively approaching us, aggressively coming at us. Check the laws in your state and do not listen to these people who tell you to stand still, to be a tree, to ball up on the ground and cover your face and neck. No, if you're an able-bodied person and you don't have a criminal record, become a legal firearms carrier and defend yourself.
Veterinarian, known for her compassionate care, is on the road to recovery after a brutal dog attack. Now her best friend is stepping in to help her clinic in their time of need.
But it really was kind of a no-brainer.
Passionate Care is on the road to recovery after a brutal dog attack. Now her best friend is stepping in to help her clinic in their time.
Wait, what?
Veterinarian, known for her
vet clinics set to help local veterinarian mauled by a dog. Okay. Now, I wanted to watch this together with you all, but I'm starting to suspect that they put the wrong story up. Let's see.
Compassionate Care is on the road to recovery after a brutal dog attack. Now her best friend is stepping in to help her clinic in their time of need.
But it really was kind of a no-brainer that we would help them out and also help the patients of the community, because there is a need for vet care really throughout the CSRA.
We have been reporting on a shortage for months now. Now other veterinarian offices are reaching out to see how they can help.
Meanwhile, we're learning that dog named in the attack, Dozier, is still in quarantine with Burke County Animal Services, and Sydney Hood found.
Did y'all know? I just want to randomly share a fun fact. Shout out to somebody in the comment section who actually pointed this out, I think, in my most recent video. Did y'all know veterinarians have a very high rate of suicide? I wonder why. Most of them are over-the-top dog lovers, and dog love in general, dog nuttery in general, is a form of isolation away from humans. It's a very anti-social lifestyle apart from humans. It's very anti-human. So it's no surprise that people over-the-top crazed dog nutters trying to fulfill this void in their heart and mind that exists because they cut themselves off from other people, they reinforce social dysfunctions, and they just can't seem to connect with people. Well, guess what? You're not designed to connect with dogs. So no matter how hard you try, you're not going to fulfill whatever you're trying to fulfill. So they end up killing themselves. Oh, I'm not happy. This is a very terrible and sad situation.
Now, this is not its first aggressive act.
Springwood Vet Clinic first met Dozer, a pit bull mix, last Thursday. That would be Dozer's last day. Dozer is currently with the Burke County Animal Services under a 10-day quarantine. We spoke to the county and they say this is not the first time Dozer's attacked. Another incident happened in Aiken.
So why was it still alive? There you go. Why was it still alive? So you can thank the SPCA, you can thank the nutter world. See, this is the type of environment, type of world they create, where these things launch attacks and they fight like mad to make sure nothing happens to them, that they stay in our communities. Ain't nothing positive about that.
County back in March. Burke County is now looking at naming him as a dangerous animal.
I know, you're sad.
Dozer's latest attack leaves Dr. Martin out of work for now.
No, knowing Emily the way I do,
Okay,
I
you
know
see that?
she just...
You see that?
Him as a dangerous animal.
I know, you're sad.
Dozer's latest attack.
And why are they showing veterinarians playing with dogs like this? This is a story about a veterinarian woman who was mauled so bad that she's now out of work. This is supposed to be a story about how dangerous these things are and how stupid it is to be doing the things that she's doing, which is putting her stupid face in the face of a dog. They're in this story, this video right here, they're trying to lead people to get attacked. Don't you want to get your face mauled too? Well, do what this veterinarian is doing in this video we're showing you in a story about a veterinarian who was mauled.
Dangerous animal.
I know, you're sad.
Dozer's latest attack leaves Dr. Martin out of work.
Wow, how stupid is that? What is wrong with you? Dog nuttery is so pathetic, man. It's so pathetic and brainless. What is the purpose? What's the point behind showing videos like this of her embracing and being affectionate with the same creatures that put one of them out of work? This is obviously not what they need to be doing. So they're basically celebrating the idea of sacrificing themselves. Oh yes, that's all they're doing. They're glorifying this lifestyle of sacrificing their own safety.
Dozer's latest attack leaves Dr. Martin out of work for now.
Knowing Emily the way I do, I know she just sees it as a blip in the road. She's one of the most positive, outgoing.
So in other words, she's going to continue to endanger herself until possibly she gets horribly mutilated where her face is missing or she's killed. That's what that means. Let me interpret what this woman is saying. It does not surprise me they have a high suicide rate when you're talking like suicidal people. Lord, and she just got on camera and said that.
A blip in the road. She's one of the most positive, outgoing, tireless people I've ever met.
Getting the attention of other vets to help.
How many dogs are they going to show with a woman with her stupid face all in the... How many videos y'all gonna show like this? And what's the point? Especially when this is a story about a veterinarian who was mauled so badly she's out of work. Don't turn against dogs now. That's the message. This is basically their way of trying to kiss up and kiss the butts of the dog world. Oh, don't be angry with us. We still love dogs. You see, this is a team of veterinarians who are rallying behind a woman, a veterinarian who was attacked by a dog. So they don't want to come off to the dog lover world as being anti-dog. So as they tell you about this story, they want to show you a bunch of veterinarians being affectionate with these things. It's so pathetic. You need to just show these things alone, show a photo, and have them circled and crossed out. That's the only way you should show them when you're talking about a story like this.
It was really a no-brainer. The night it happened, Dr. Martin called me and was like, hey, you got to do all my surgeries. And I was like, well, yeah, I know.
These two vets go way back.
Oh, yeah, I know. You big dummy. Ain't nothing funny. you goofball. What happened to her should serve as an example for you. It can happen to you too.
Surgeries, and I was like, well, yeah, I know.
These two vets go way back.
I knew we were going to go to vet school and just really formed a close bond over that.
Together through the good times.
Well, she picks up dogs on the
Oh, stop. And so the dog lover culture, it does not bring people closer together. You know how they try to say that. They try to say that dogs bring people closer together. No, they don't. How can you even say that when several dog owners are alone with their dog and there are no other people around? But when there are other people around, the dog is still there as well. So there are several times in their life where there are no people and there's only a dog. That's a situation where that person is being antisocial. Because if there were no dogs in society and they really wanted company, they'd be forced to, find a person, a human, to keep company with. So very antisocial and abusive lifestyle. Remember how kids are neglected and pretty much placed as less important than the family dog. All children are regulated as less important than the dog. That's proven by the mere presence of the dog inside the home, where only the child's safety is compromised, not the dog's.
side of the road. I've taken a couple dogs from her. She'll call me and say, Summer, I've got this dog. You need to help me out with it.
Now she is getting help herself.
One of those things that we know can happen.
What? And they're just celebrating this idea of helping dogs. And this is how you rally behind a veterinarian who was attacked by a dog? Talking about how much she loved dogs, and you're trying to show how much y'all love dogs. Especially while you're sharing a story like this, there's nothing about dogs to love. There's nothing about them to admire. So shut up. Save me your stupid nuttery talk. God.
And then at the end of the day, we got to get back to our patients. And
You don't have to do nothing. Don't tell me you have to be no veterinarian. Shut up. You can go bag groceries for a living. Seeing that you're a veterinarian, it should be easy for you to segue into some other part of the medical industry. What are you talking? You can probably get a job doing something else with the degree that you have right now. You goofy nutters. Talking like this the only thing that they could possibly do. And this is her way of saying that no matter what happens, we will continue to endanger ourselves, which is very selfish, inhumane, and just crazy, because many of these people have families. So you're going to risk robbing your family of a parent. Very selfish.
Be back at work as soon as she can.
Back with her four-legged friends. In Columbia County, Sydney Hood.
Oh, what in the world was that? I didn't want to show that. What in the world was that? That is over the top pathetic. This is supposed to be a story. Look, vet clinics set to help local veterinarian mauled by dog. And that was the video you share over a story like that? How pathetic, how desperate is that? Doesn't that seem very that's desperation right there? Like, oh no, we don't want to upset the dog lovers of the world. Shut up. Goofball nutters. And there's no comment section. I'm pretty sure that this video is on YouTube. I'll go ahead and share a link to that crazy story. Shout out to everybody. Man, that's a lot of people up. I didn't expect many people to be up at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, at least my time, on a Thursday, right? Big up. Now, other news. Grand Island postal worker attacked by a dog. Now, this article that I just showed surfaced a few hours ago. The one before that, this one surfaced 20 hours ago. This one that I'm about to show surfaced a few hours ago. Excuse me, a day ago.
And authorities are investigating an incident in which a dog attacked a postal worker Tuesday afternoon. A Grand Island animal control officer says 62-year-old Chin Lim was attacked by a pit bull mix around 1:30 p.m. in the 700 block of West 14th Street. Lim is in the hospital with injuries to his face.
Oh, shoo. Not his ankles, not his hand. The dog attacked his face. Okay, another reminder, especially with these bully breeds, they can easily, effortlessly leap up and latch onto your face. That's what happened to Brooklyn Curry. And I believe maybe even Jacqueline Duran, but Brooklyn Curry actually described it. She said the pit bull was hanging from her lip. So again, the nature of the attack, the extent of the injuries should also be a factor in why they should be banned. It's not a case of, oh, dog attacks are so. When dog attacks happen, look how much danger there is. Look how much danger you're in, whoever's being attacked. You don't walk around unarmed.
Animal control is holding the dog for now pending the results of the investigation.
Had this postal worker been carrying a firearm, which he should have been, he could have deleted the threat. And it's too bad. Postal workers should be armed just like police officers because they have almost the exact same type of job where they're going different places in neighborhoods and walking around. Every worker who has a job like that has to deal with dogs, all of them.
Investigation. They did confirm that this is the first time the dog was reported for an attack, and it is currently
more evidence that a dog not having a history of violence means nothing. That's, again, a very important talking point for me in my argument that they should all be banned. And there's really no excuse. I will argue this against anybody. I don't care if you're a lawyer or whatever. Okay, my stance is, first of all bully breeds should be banned. And second of all large dogs should be banned. Based on the laws we have now, you see, there would probably have to be additional laws made to ban small dogs. But right now, large dogs and bully breeds are such a violation of common sense that the laws we have now are against it. And they're just not being applied to dog culture. That's why they consider all attacks accidents and not foreseeable, despite being the most foreseeable type of injury in the country, by far. Probably next to falls, probably the most common type of injury. And that involves like kids, small kids. Doesn't even involve in adults, kids who have not established their equilibrium and whatnot. Oh boy, I have a funny story here. I want to deal with these nutters. I want to deal with these nutters and their insanity. Why is every story that you read about with dog lovers so epically brainless and asinine on the dog nutters part? Alligator's fatal attack on a dog in Parkland sparks debate on coexistence with Florida wildlife. They are actually talking about exterminating all alligators simply because a dog was killed by one. You can't make this up. Now listen, check this out. This is one of those articles where the journalist basically shares comments that were posted on social media by other people, random people. And so she shared some of their comments. And look at what some of them said. Look. Where is it? So after an alligator killed a small dog, sparked a debate whether it needs to be removed. Heron Bay resident, incident, I saw an alligator dragging a dog in the canal, drowning it, and then I watched it eat it, he shared, adding that he was sorry for the loss. Whatever. It's unclear how the dog ended up getting close enough to the water for the gator to attack and who the dog belonged to. Now, yet another example of the low IQ of dog lovers. You want to talk about, you shouldn't even talk about doing anything to that particular alligator. Not even that particular alligator should be killed. What was the dog doing by the water? That's the alligator's territory. This was territory. This wasn't even territory aggression. This was predatory, true predatory aggression, where the kill took place because the alligator had to eat. This wasn't killing for sport. Have we ever seen an alligator kill for sport? Only other animal I've seen kill, and it wasn't even for sport, is lions when they kill hyenas. Quite often, they do not eat them. But again, they're not doing that for sport. There's a message behind that. They're setting an example to the other hyenas. Y'all better stay out this territory. So it has purpose. The post received over 200 comments from nutters. Some called for the removal or killing of the alligator, while others pleaded to coexist with alligators. Judy said, "So sad. I wish all those gators could be destroyed." Listen to that. A nutter said, "I wish all those gators could be destroyed." And they want to criticize me when I say all those dogs should be destroyed after those dogs attack and kill a human child. Here, an alligator attacked and killed a worthless dog. Completely worthless. And in response, you say all alligators should be destroyed. But you call me evil when I say all dogs should be destroyed after going over multiple stories where they've attacked babies and toddlers. Who's the inhumane person here? I see your comments, nutters. I see your comments. A lot of new people coming to the channel. They see the video and, they think we're dumb. No, quite the opposite. I wish all those gators could be destroyed. So I don't want to hear no complaining when I campaign that all world governments should work together to exterminate dogs on a global level. And that's just a fact. And right now, it should definitely be done with bully breeds and other large breeds. They have no place in society. Cut and dry. No place whatsoever. Nothing that is as dangerous to us as a lion has any business in our communities. Okay? And listen, nutters, I understand if you don't understand that. Because like I said, you have a low IQ. Moving on. Some believe that the gator could be relocated, blah, blah. Listen, nutters, stay away from the water. And what are we talking about? Had the dog seen the gator, it probably would have attacked the gator. I've shown a dog trying to attack an alligator before. And it got rolled, got death rolled. You talking about dogs. Dogs, the only creatures in society. I mean, listen, you could just talk about bully breeds alone. Bully breeds kill more animals than any other animal kills animals. And really than all the other animals combined. So what are you talking about? And notice how they never campaign for dogs to be exterminated, even after dogs kill other dogs. You know, aside from the people who are against pit bulls, there are a lot of dog lovers who are anti-pit bull. But that does not make sense. If you're going to be anti-bully breed, you need to be anti-large dog. I don't see how it makes sense to refuse to be in the presence of a bully breed, but be okay with being in the presence of a German Shepherd or even a Lab. But anyways, I thought that was pathetic on the part of these pathetic nutters. Now, this story surfaced a few hours ago as well that I thought was interesting. Hamilton homeowners rushed to install Hamilton fencing after dog attacks. Dog attacks in this community, in this neighborhood, have been so distressing that neighborhoods are fearful and they are putting up fences. And the company, Fencing Hamilton, stepping up. I guess maybe they're providing discounts or whatever. Rising dog attack incidents fuel demand for enhanced security. Wave of unprovoked. Oh, look at that. A wave? How could there be a wave of unprovoked dog attacks? Unprovoked. How is that possible? When all dog attacks are provoked. Okay. Now, some people thought I was crazy when I said that I'm not going to move into a home until I first have it fenced off. I'm dead serious. And now you see other people are doing exactly that, but only after they had to experience dog attacks. Only after they already foolishly made themselves vulnerable and not acting on the fact that dogs are in the neighborhood. Now, first of all, this fence is not tall enough. Second of all, having a fence on a ground like this not good. Dog can just dig a hole underneath the fence. Dig a hole and squeeze right underneath that fence. But you see, if that dog does that, then on the other side of the fence, I'm going to have an electric fence with barbed wire. Let's see that worthless mutt get past that. And if it does, do you know the assortment of firearms I'm going to have waiting for that worthless, good-for-nothing mutant? Right? Cross my fence at your own risk, nutters. But check this out. After I read this article, I immediately ran into this article. Matthew Garwood said fence would not have prevented fatal dog attack. Oh, well, there you go. There goes my idea. Now, he's talking about a particular type of fence, but it just goes to show you need a special type of fence to keep dogs out. Which is why I said I'm going to have two. Oh, yes, most definitely. This took place in Tasmania. Where are the animal lovers? All you dog lovers who claim to be animal lovers. You're not animal lovers. I don't know why you call yourself animal lovers. You're not. You're dog lovers. Be honest. Be specific. You're dog lovers. Because they're never outraged when stuff like this happens. You don't see them forming organizations to protect animals, to protect wildlife from bully breeds, which attack and kill them more often than anything else kills them All these reports you hear of farmers waking up finding dozens of their livestock killed but was not eaten, you know, that's an example of unnatural behavior right there. That's far over the top. It's unnatural. But you never hear them rallying against the killing of animals in the world, unless it's a dog, which is not even a true animal. Swan dies after being attacked by vicious dogs. So, in response to this, can we campaign to exterminate all the dogs in that area? Would that sound reasonable? Yeah, they don't like when you turn the tables and use dogs as an example. These things kill more, and they kill them for no... Why wouldn't a dog eat a swan? Like, what animals do dogs actually eat after they kill? These are not true predators. They usually kill and don't eat. They kill just to kill. As if they know that they have dog food at home and they don't have to eat an animal. Isn't that crazy? They will wake up and find that dogs attack their livestock overnight. So it's not like the owner rushed out and caught the dog in the act of eating them. No, the dog had all night to eat them. And they never do. They simply kill them and leave the carcass there. That is something predators do not do. And predators are not dumb and dysfunctional enough to go around attacking multiple targets like that. Especially when those targets are larger, physically larger than yourself. Big cats are very careful taking down one animal like that. And quite often they're injured trying to catch one single animal like that. But these dumb mutants will go to multiple, much larger targets and launch attacks. If you're a true animal lover, you would despise that type of behavior. And that's why I say none of you so-called animal lovers are true animal lovers. You're dog lovers. And that's why you made it a sport to kill animals of the world. Literally, you've turned it into a sport to get a shotgun, go out, and kill animals unprovoked. Where are your organizations rallying against that? There's like, the only true animal lovers is probably us. So the only way you can really be an animal lover is to be anti-dog. You see, it's the exact opposite. The dog lovers claim to be animal lovers, but they're only dog lovers. And boy, when dogs attack other animals, we never hear them talking about removing or exterminating all dogs, or even that one particular dog. People, if they will form a petition and make up a lie on a child who was attacked by a dog, they will lie about anything. That was a pivotal story, at least in my opinion, because that involved multiple adults who know, they all had to know that that was a lie. They all had to know it was a lie, which is why they came out shortly after and said, hey, that was not true. So you had a bunch of adults who consciously signed a petition that they knew was a lie, that was blaming the child for the attack and projecting the dog as unknowingly biting the child's arm off. I don't know how many people remember that story, but that was the whole point behind that story. To take the blame off the dog. That's why they say the kid put a sock over his arm. It's like, oh, the dog didn't know that that was a child's arm because the child put a sock over his arm. Crazy. What is going on? I am proud of myself. I managed to get all of this in 45 minutes. 45 minutes. I'm a bad man. And so are all of you. What is going on? Big shout out to everybody up in the house. Kittens up in here. Nego, Wendy Yogurt. I Hate Much. Shout out to Gene Keats in the house. Hot Wings. Yes. Moochie in the building. Mr. Payne, what is going on? Big shout out to everybody. Any and everybody I forgot and who could not join us. Hopefully, I will see you on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.